Hey guys, this is Dave. I just kind of wanted to share a little bit more about my Medaka and explain a little bit more on why I enjoy them so much and why I continue to raise and breed them. So if you don't know a lot about Medaka, they're a Keeley fish. They're considered nano fish in the fish tank community. So they're they're really easy to take care of as far as not needing a lot of space. You normally hear in the aquarium world that you only want a certain amount of fish. Like if you're going to get a 10-gallon, you really don't want to get more than a couple fish, just because they need space to swim around and create little territories. And also their waste can be an issue too if they're you know always causing waste, and the fish tank's not keeping up with keeping it cycled. It can create a toxic environment for the fish. So it is important not to overcrowd a tank. But Keeley fish and rice fish are kind of the exception, only because their natural environment is so small, and they normally live in tiny little streams that they're really okay being in smaller areas, and they're very communal. They don't have much of a territorial aggression towards each other. They seem to get along great no matter how many I put in there. They don't create a lot of waste at all. I mean, I just kind of let the fish do their thing, and I always make sure to have some type of aquatic plant and a sponge filter at the very least, to keep it clean. But the water parameters stay about the same, and I haven't had any issues with disease either. That is one thing you want to consider though, if you're going to put them all in the same tank, that if one does end up getting sick, most likely all of them are going to end up getting sick. So you really want to make sure you control any type of sickness and just kind of keep an eye on them, see if there's any issues with them. But they're pretty special as far as their personalities. They're definitely fun little fish that like to swim around. I'd probably compare them to guppies as far as personality goes. They'll chase each other, and they'll let you know when they're hungry and come up to the glass to greet you. They're pretty fun. The main thing that I think people are attracted to, other than the size that these get, which is only about maybe an inch and a half at max size, is that they can live almost anywhere. You can have these as outdoor fish, you can have them as indoor fish, you can have them in tanks that don't have any filter or heater. You can pretty much raise them anywhere, and they do really well as long as you keep them fed and they get some sunlight or some type of artificial light. The water parameters for them range from everything. They're very special fish, especially in the scientific world. They can adapt to tons of different water parameters, and what would be considered to toxic for most fish, these guys can survive it. So they're used a lot as a test subject for scientists and whatnot. But other than that, I mean, these guys can be in environments where they can be frozen over, in the top of the pond or whatever can have ice on it, and they do fine. You'll find them swimming around below it. Obviously, you don't want them to freeze in the water with ice. I've never heard of that yet, but I don't think they would do well at all. They can survive over 100 degrees in water. Although if you do that, they are more likely to get sick, and the water can definitely go bad a lot quicker. But if you have a really hot summer and you're away, and you know that your pond's going to get too heated up, you really don't have to worry if it's only a couple days. They'll survive it pretty well. As far as the population goes, they kind of stay under control. They really only breed during certain seasons of the year, and the rest they just kind of cool down and grow. Right now I have my heaters off, so they shouldn't have any eggs. They're just kind of relaxing and enjoying their time until they're a little bigger. Then I'll start producing more eggs. But as far as that, this is the reason why I do it. There's probably a lot more about these fish that I'm not mentioning, but I think it's super attractive to have fish that stay this small, have these different color varieties, almost like koi fish, and they can live almost anywhere. That's appealing for a lot of people, and it's appealing for anyone who has a small tank or lives in an apartment, or doesn't have a lot of room for fish. This gives them more of the ability to create something on a smaller scale. Yeah, I really don't know what else. They lay eggs really well, and you can collect the eggs, and you can actually sell them to people or give them out. The eggs stay, they're pretty hardy. They stay viable for quite a while. Yeah, other than that, there's really not much more I know. But yeah, thanks for watching this video.